Before you apply mortar to the floor, you need to know exactly where the tiles will go. Begin by snapping two chalk lines that meet at 90 degrees at the center of the room. Lay the tiles along the lines using spacers the width of the joints. Adjust the layout so that any partial tiles of the walls will be the same width on opposite sides of the room. Snap new lines as needed to mark the edges of the two center rows of tiles. Divide the quarters of the room into sections, roughly 2 by 3 feet, and apply mortar to one section at a time. Thinset usually is good for about 4 hours after you mix it, but until you gain both experience and speed, mix up small amounts at a time. Pour a few inches of mortar mixed into a 5-gallon bucket. Add water a little at a time and mix slowly with a paddle designed for mortar until you get a smooth paste-like consistency. Add water and mortar if necessary until you have about 3 quarts. Let the mixture stand for 5 to 10 minutes. Stir it again and apply. When properly mixed, the ridges created when you comb the mortar will stand without slumping. Stir occasionally to keep the mixture fluffy, but don't add any more water. Apply a thin layer of mortar in one of the rectangles at the center of the room and work it into the backer board. Apply more mortar, building up the layer until it's about a ½ inch thick. Comb out the mortar with a notched trowel, holding the trowel about 30 degrees to the floor. The size of the notches should be roughly the thickness of the tiles you are setting. Once you've combed out the mortar, you can begin setting tiles. Apply mortar to the walls in much the same way. Lay out the location of the tiles and apply mortar over a small workable area. Work a thin layer of mortar into the backer board with the flat face of the trowel. Apply additional mortar with the notch side of the trowel held at a 45-degree angle. Build up the bed so it's at least as thick as the notches in the trowel you will use.